Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Unraveled and Rising podcast. I am Michelle, and of course, we have Kimberly and Terry here. Thank
Hello.
you for watching. Our goal is to really talk about trauma and all that, but I think we're going to talk about just take a little bit of break from that. We've had quite a few episodes on therapy and the EMDR.
Yes.
Yes.
We just launched our episode today. This is April Fools. It's April 1st. We just launched our microcurrent therapy podcast this morning. So if you're interested in that, I would love it if my son goes to that, but I don't know if I'll convince him or not. But anyway, we're gonna take a little bit of break from the therapy stuff and talk about beauty and menopause and aging today, if that's okay with you guys. And we just started before we hit the record button, so we're talking about that. I'm struggling with it, and I think a lot of other people are too. So we just want to talk about what we're doing, and maybe you could comment on what you're doing, and maybe we can learn from each other because I've got all kinds of stuff going on over here. And I don't think any of it's actually doing anything.
I feel that, girl.
So it's like I'm losing my hair, like right here. It's even getting worse and worse and worse. You can almost see my scalp right there. So that's a big issue for me because I've always had a really full head of hair. So it's a problem. So of course I'm taking Nutrafol or whatever the heck. I've been taking that.
I'm on month 4 of that, and it's a huge difference.
You what?
I'm on month 4 of Nutrafol.
You are?
Yes.
Okay. See?
Yep.
I didn't even know that about these ladies. And that's the thing. I've never asked these questions of what you guys are doing. I haven't been consistent with it, but I'm going to get.
What is it?
It's vitamins. It's a whole bunch of vitamins. It's like a great replacement for your, like just your daily vitamin as well. It's a whole bunch of vitamins, and it's.
So I do ancient nutrition, and they have a collagen powder that has 10 different collagens. I'll send it to you. I'll just send you a picture, Michelle, because that helps with hair growth.
It's a vitamin you just take?
It's actually a powder. It's called Ancient Nutrition. You buy it online. Yeah. It's got 10 different collagens in it, collagen proteins, and
I would love that because I've been using this one. This is the one I've been using. So yes, I put it in my coffee every morning, and drink it in my coffee.
The one that I use has 10 different collagens, but I'll send it to you so you can look at it because I did a lot of research on it. And it's
not just the fact that I'm losing my hair; it's the fact that my hair is really frizzy. Like it's not, even when I blow dry it and stuff like that, it's not blow drying smooth and stuff. It's kind of like all frizzed out and stuff, that's new. For me, kind of thing.
Our bodies change.
I know. And I think I was talking to Kimberly about this a couple of days ago. I feel so irritable, recently, and it's got to be hormone related. And I didn't even think about it until yesterday. That's probably hormones because I'm just trying not to punch somebody. You know what I mean?
So I kind of feel it in your energy, Michelle.
I know. And I had a good laugh. I had a walk with my neighbor this morning, and I'm like, I don't know what's going. I have to hide from everybody so I don't go off on someone. But I'm I'm aware of it. That's the good news. Again, with all the awareness that we talk about all the time, as soon as I feel it, I recognize it, and I just say to myself, Michelle, don't do it. Don't say it. Don't do it. But I'm noticing myself.
Yeah.
There.
Sometimes we need that reminder. This has everything to do with you and not them at all.
Absolutely, 100%.
Inside voice.
Sometimes I just mumble under my breath. This is you problem, Terry.
Yep.
Yes.
100%.
And I'm going to have my hormones tested when I go back to South Dakota in early May. I'm going to have my hormones. I don't know. I've been taking this shot of Vari hormonal balance for probably 2 years. I looked online. How can I find a natural supplement? And this is I don't even know what it is, but now it's just a habit. I've never had hot flashes. I've never had any kind of symptoms of menopause other than now with the hair stuff and that kind of thing. But other than that, I've never ever had any symptoms of menopause, except now I'm noticing irritability and the hair stuff. So I don't know if it's just kicking into full gear now or I don't know what's going on.
And when does it end? Like, when are we done with this? Because I don't get my period anymore.
And when I had my palm read when we were in Los Angeles, Kimberly, the guy said that I already have kind of male characteristics. I have a lot of, you know, like my personality is kind of, and I've always felt this. I feel like I do have a lot of, you know, kind of male energy. I think that sometimes it can be intimidating for men in general because I'm very, I don't know if I have a high testosterone. I've never had it tested, so I don't know. These are all theories. I'm just making stuff up at this point. But I think I do have that because I feel like I have male.
We all have that feminine and masculine energy. I think to the degrees of which they show up for people is different. And I do believe it goes back to past experiences. When we're when you're more in a masculine energy, it's just, you know, you had to be independent, carry the weight, and we had to be independent. And feminine energy is very vulnerable, and sometimes vulnerability was scary, especially when there's trauma in the past. So it's
I recall too that I remember I kind of came into my own maybe from like 19 to 20. Where I felt like I was really kind of mistreated by a lot of people when I was a teenager. And I think I finally just said to myself, you're not putting up with this shit anymore. And I kind of switched my attitude and I changed. I kind of became a little bit of a jerk at that point because then I was like, forget all y'all, you know, I was like all pissed off. But I feel like that. And I'm also a very competitive person. I didn't think you attribute to males. And this is all, you know, stereotype stuff, but I feel like I'm a very competitive person too. And I'm like, even in like corporate settings, you know, when we go into a corporate event and we have teams of people and I win. And I'm like, woo, I'm all celebrating and stuff. Everybody else is like, what is Michelle doing? I'm like, we won. And I'm totally competitive. My family does not play. When we play board games and cards, we are not nice people about it. In fact, my son won't even play with us.
Because that's just and that's what you were that was normal for you.
Yeah. We make fun of you if you don't play cards well. If you make stupid mistakes, we make fun of you. Like literally, we are not nice people when we play cards. But we laugh at each other. You
guys were the bullies that caused trauma.
Were. I know. It's facts.
That's funny.
I use this, and then of course I use acid on my areas, and I noticed that, but I'm just curious what you guys are doing. Kimberly, what are you using? Is there an area that you get concerned about? Is it hair loss, obviously?
I do HRT, you know, the pellets. I've been doing that hormone replacement therapy.
Oh, okay.
IoT, I've been doing that for years. About every 4 months or so, I go to my
I talked to my doctor about it, and she didn't think it was a good idea, and I don't know why.
You know, it's he runs my hormones and we, you know, base it off of those. And that's made a difference for me. Although I did find that when I wore a continuous glucose monitor for like almost a year, that my blood sugar was really dipping low at night. So a lot of my hot sweats, I think, were actually due to low blood sugar versus or the combination of that and my hormones. So then now just through lifestyle change and stuff, I don't have those dips. So I don't know. It's like, you know, my next conversation is going to be with him. Like, you know, is there a point where I don't need to do this anymore?
Yeah.
Or, you know, because I don't get hot flashes or anything, but I do the HRT. But I take progesterone at night, 200 milligrams. Then I've been doing that for probably about a year. The Nutrafol, I've been doing that for, I think this is my fourth or fifth.
Even if you're doing hormone replacement therapy, you still have to worry about hair loss and stuff?
Yeah. I mean, you can. Not everybody gets it. Just different people have, you know, different. And then it's, you know, trying to eat enough protein too. You know, so I'm always looking at different, you know, ways of doing that because I like to do fasting. I'm just so used to doing it. So I eat, you know, one meal a day, sometimes two, and it's hard to get 90 grams of protein into one meal a day.
Right. You have to eat a big old steak.
And then lots of water.
You know, I have this question too that, like you said, the internal stuff versus the all this external stuff I'm doing. Like, what is, you know, how do I balance myself internally versus, you know, all this other stuff I keep putting on the outside? Like, that's the question, but I don't know.
I do heart rate variability I regulate my heart rate variability through heart math. And so I monitor that on a monitor.
I have no idea what you just said. What are you doing?
So it's called heart math. They have a monitor that you can actually plug up to your ear and then place it on your chest, but it monitors your heart rate variability. And it really is just heart coherence. It's just aligning your heart and brain. So really, I truly believe the 3 brain thing, the gut and heart and brain.
Yeah.
Really helps regulate that. So, but it shows me where I'm at. And so that's how I regulate myself internally. You were just talking about what do I do internally? And then, my skin conditions have gone away. I don't take any hormone therapy. I do skincare, but I've been doing that forever. My mom taught me my mom wanted me to use eye cream when I was in middle school. She was telling me about eye cream. And so I have always taken really good care of my skin. So I do collagen though. I do take a collagen powder. Like I said, it's got 10 different collagens. I also take a magnesium supplement that has 10 different magnesiums in it at night. And then what else do I do? I also do protein. So I make sure that I get at least between 60 and 90 grams of protein per day. Whether it's through I have a protein powder that I take and I put that collagen in there, and each scoop of collagen's got 9 grams of protein. So I usually often do 2 if I put it in a vanilla shake. And then, I buy those little yogurt drinks that have like 23 grams of protein in it. So I'll start with one of those in the morning. And then I've been pretty good about increasing my chicken. And even if I'm not eating very well, I take those little take-along tuna packets that have like 20 grams of protein. So I really have tried to increase my protein as well. The one thing I want to start doing is more resistance training.
Yeah.
And I've not yet implemented that. So just taking little steps in, even if it's just little hand weights, trying to do some hand weight stuff. But I don't take any hormone stuff. I still have my monthly things.
Yeah.
So I haven't really experienced. I do.
Wow.
They're very very off. Like it's really weird because it'll be 6 months and then I'll be like, I'm done.
And here you go.
Yeah. So it's been kind of like that. It's been like very sporadic. They're not regular at all.
I see.
But yeah, I haven't had to really take anything. I sleep pretty good. So I think the internal regulation is so important.
I'm with you on that. I sleep really well also, so I have no issues sleeping.
Sleep really well. And I used to have a ton of issues, but I learned that it was so much of my past experiences that we talk about our nervous system being regulated in a certain manner. Like when our thermometer goes up in our house and we have it set to a certain thing and it turns back on when it doesn't get to that point. That's where I was. And so at night, now that I know, I'm aware of it, but at night when I would want to normally shut down, my nervous system would go, nope, we're awake. And it wanted to keep me in that hyper state. So that's why I was having all the insomnia and all the things, because it just wanted to stay heightened. And so once I started breathing and meditating and doing that kind of stuff, I don't have any it's been years since I've had problems with sleep.
Kimberly, I know you have a problem with sleep.
Yeah.
You haven't been able to figure it out, have you?
Well, actually, the last probably 4 weeks, I've been sleeping better for whatever reason. And I stopped taking, I also stopped taking my Klonopin at night. I'm like, you know what? I just want to stop taking it. And, but I do listen to like bedtime stories. And I'm like cutting off my water or what I'm drinking earlier in the evening. So I'm not waking up to go to the bathroom. Because if I wake up to go to the bathroom, oftentimes I can't fall back asleep. So doing different things like that. And I take magnesium, I take fish oil at bedtime. And then I've got some restful something I got from Dr. Amen to just kind of help calm ashwagandha and some things like that. And I take creatine every day too. And I work out about 7 to 9 hours a week. So I do creatine like between 10 and 20 grams of that. And that's really helped with my muscle as well. It makes me stronger when I work out. I can definitely tell a difference. And then I do ketone IQ before I work out too. I get a shot of that, or before I'm going to do something that I know it's going to be like brain heavy. It just helps me feel more alert and more, present. It's kind of trial and error. It's like I'll try something for a couple of months and see, do I feel a difference? Do I not? Do I, without trying to do 100 things at a time, right? Do one at a time and see if you notice a difference.
If you notice something. And I don't know how much of it is genetics too. Like, I don't know. Is there just something that your body's made up? It's just going to be like your parents or whatever. I don't know how much you can change stuff like that. I don't know. Obviously, take care of yourself.
I don't think that way. I think our genes, no. I think we can turn on certain genes by our regulation system, but we can also turn off genes. And so I don't think genetics plays a part in anything, to be honest with you.
Interesting. Okay.
I think it has a lot to do with our internal state. And so many times we come back to the early childhood experiences, 100%. And it's kind of like looking back, like even paying attention to your birth of your kids. Like, I kind of became aware that, oh my gosh, Terry, you had a early birth. You delivered twins almost a month and a half early, and they were in the ICU in the pediatric ICU in an incubator. And so they weren't getting that skin on skin with mom. And so it was so funny because as they got older, they were sucking their thumb, and that was self-soothing. So a lot of things we have no control over, you know what I mean? But when we become aware of some things, we can work through it and learn to regulate ourselves. I think that's the root of a lot of things.
Love that. Do you guys have any advice for younger women of things they can do? There's not, what can you like you said, we've already talked about, we're talking about people our age, but if you're younger and other things they can be doing now as a young person, that's going to help them later in life with these kinds of issues, so skin and hair and all that kind of stuff. Or do you have advice for anybody, like, for younger people in regards to that, or no?
I go back to, taking care of your internal state and starting as young as you can. Starting as young as you can, because I'll be honest with you. I feel younger within myself, like spiritually, than I do. I know I'm 53, but people don't believe me when I say I'm 53. They're like, you have 34-year-old kids. How old are you? And I'm like, these are like 30-year-olds that I take care of, or people that I work with, and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you have kids that are my age. But I think it has a lot to do. When I look at pictures of me 6 years ago, I look younger.
Yeah,
but I do too. I think it has a whole thing to do with my whole spiritual journey, to be honest.
Yeah. So taking care of yourself, getting some practices that you do, finding time for yourself every day to connect with yourself. That's been huge for me as well. Mm-hmm. And wish I would have done it started it 20 years ago, So I think that would be, find a routine that works for you, that feels good for you, and commit to yourself.
And take care of your skin from a young age. For gosh sakes, don't get out there. The sun too, we used to sunbathe with baby oil back in the day.
Oh,
I've already done the damage. The damage has been done. It was done in the 80s.
My kids laugh at me. Even when I was married to my ex-husband, we would go out on the Harley, and I would put tons of sunscreen on, but I'd wear some type of helmet or something. I was probably the only female that had a helmet because I just had to protect my face, or a hat. Because it was just like, oh my gosh, we're driving in the sun all day. But I love getting outside, but the sun, as close as we are to it here in Colorado, is a real thing. And so this weekend I was watching my grandkids play softball and I had the biggest umbrella. and it was black and I just sat there with the whole thing. It was so funny. And my kids were trying to come and get under it with me. And I'm like, I'm not switching you because I'm not sitting in that sun. And so I just do not, I do everything I can to protect my skin. And that's just, I mean, we talk about habits, you know, the sooner that you can get a habit of doing those kinds of things, the more it will be ingrained and be just part of your personality. And so that is complete. That was ingrained to me as a child. And so it's something I've still done throughout my life. I mean, I've always used skincare. People laugh at me sometimes, but I'm like, hey, you spend your money on what you spend it on, and I spend it on skincare. And I'm okay with that. But I also think it's a very loving routine for yourself at night. It helps me relax. It helps me unwind at night. And I feel good when I do it. And so, yeah, I think that's a big one. And then when we talk about nutrition, there's something to be said with drinking enough water and having the right nutrition. So you can't do all the skincare stuff and then go eat fried food all day. Like you've got to have a balance of what it is you're eating, you know. So you do have to get those. And if you're not getting getting enough fruits and vegetables, there's tons of supplements out there that you can get your veggies and fruits through that if you're not getting enough. Especially if you like fasting, like you, Kimberly. There's plenty of ways to get your greens and your fruits.
It's true. I was going to talk too about brain health because ever since you talked about, Kimberly, how we basically impact our brains at a young age and then we don't see the results of that or the consequences of that until later in life. Now, every time I see young people doing stuff where their brains are getting bounced around, I freak out about it because I didn't even think about it until, like Terry, when we were in Los Angeles, I went to a rock concert that was it was part of the event, and you know they were moshing, kind of like the kids were, you know, banging up against each other and stuff. And Kimberly's like, "Why are they doing that?" You know, because it's like, you know, that kind of stuff is
brain injuries.
Well, and there's something to be said when we talk about trauma too. I mean, I hate to be going back to that, but it stunts your brain growth. And when you have early childhood experiences, it rewires your neurocircuitry. And so it 100% brain health. It's not just mosh pitting, but it's a lot of things. It's making
a lot of sports. A lot of sports are not good.
Yes. 100%. I mean, you see those people that have played tons of sports, and then, I mean, wasn't it just a few months ago or I think it was probably 6 or 8 months ago where that guy walked into one of the places in New York, the VA system or something, and shot people up there. And they found out that he had a lot of brain injury stuff.
Really?
Yeah. And so there's a lot to be said with that. It can cause violence, you know. It just brain health is so important. And so we talk about this in every sense of the way, but it goes back to that. It really roots on that, because trauma can be an experience where you're hit in a car accident and you have a TBI. That's trauma. I mean, it's not, we talk about different kinds of trauma, but there are actual traumatic events that happen. Car accident
falls out of a bunk bed. You know, and they don't get knocked unconscious. You don't have to be knocked unconscious to get brain damage.
Somebody rides a bike without a helmet, or you know, skiing or something, runs into a tree. You see it all the time.
Soccer, football.
Yeah,
I mean, soccer's a huge one.
Whenever I see young people doing stupid crap on YouTube too, where they're jumping off roofs into a pool or doing all this, I mean, it's like this stuff that, you know, the consequence could be them being paralyzed, number one, or killed, for gosh sakes. But I always think about, you know, is it worth it trying to impress your buddies to jump off a house or do some crazy crap?
Well, and I'll even go back to us being humans, and we're connected. We're created we're social beings.
Yeah. So
connection is so important. And right now there are so many young people on antidepressants, and I mean, I just got a thing from LinkedIn about a program here that's, you know, just was interested in my resume. And most of their facilities are all younger adolescent to mid-age 30s. I mean, and they have a couple locations in Colorado Springs and Boulder, a few in Denver, and it's not older adults. It's adolescent, younger adults to middle-age 30s. Yeah. And so that says a lot. And the one thing that I don't realize people don't understand or just don't lack the awareness of it is what social media and what our phones are doing to us. Our phones are giving us that dopamine hit, and our social media is giving us that dopamine hit, and it's actually changing our brain.
Yeah. I hear you on that. I kind of stopped doing social media myself. And
just putting your phone down, like if you, I mean, I can tell, how, which I love it. I'm glad that my phone actually keeps track of how much time you spend on there. But about a year ago, I was shocked at how much time I was on social media. And I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And so now it's very strategic. And when I get on there, if I'm on if I'm on there for 5 minutes and I happen to see your post, but
that's exactly what I do.
Yeah, I just don't do it.
It's an energy, like a time warp. I mean, it just like sucks you in, and before you know it, it's like, oh my God, it's been an hour. And
it's changing your brain neurologically.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. There is a light at the end of this tunnel, and as long as you guys don't have to see me in the next, couple of weeks. Just avoid me. If you guys see me out in public, avoid me at all costs.
Because you're gonna piss her off.
Look at her shirt is warning us. Talk tiny to me.
Like really tiny. Yeah.
Like don't say anything.
Even our look might do something right now.
But I think Molly was saying, I walk with my neighbor Molly. She's going through, cancer treatment right now. So, and she's so cute because she told her she's got stage 4 colon cancer, and she had to tell her little daughter, who's her stepdaughter, basically that this was going on. Her daughter went in. It's a whole new thing. It's called Positive Panda. And so it's her daughter went in as soon as you told her daughter, and she goes, some people die from this, but a lot of people don't. And she's like, so we're going to go with that. This is what Molly was telling her. So she goes and draws her this panda. It's a positive panda. Now Molly has taken this whole positive panda thing on. And even like when she's going in for treatment, in the rooms where they have everybody doing the chemo or whatever, she's going out giving positive panda stickers. She's sitting and having conversations with these people. And some of them are just, they've been sharing it on their social medias that they had this interaction with Molly, and then
good for her.
I know.
What she doesn't realize is she's changing her belief in her diagnosis, and she's actually changing her neurobiology. If you guys have never read the book by Dr. Joe Dispenza, You Are the Placebo, that's huge what she's doing.
Yeah. So she's feeling really good about it. So we took a walk. We've been taking a walk around. So it's just been nice. She's very, she's got a great attitude, and she's just like, she's not scared. She's kind of taking the fear out of it. And she's like, it is what's going to happen. What's going to happen. But, and she's just going to be positive and just do the thing. So 6 months though, she has to do this.
Good.
Long time.
You know what? Doing what the medical community says about treatment, but also aligning your heart and all that kind of stuff you got to do both.
Yeah.
You can't ignore that you need the medical treatment because that's what it's there for.
Yeah.
Chemo, whatever it is. But then our responsibility is the inner stuff.
Yeah.
And so keeping her mindset in the right direction and around positive people.
Yeah.
In a right energetic state. That'll change her.
That can shift to me too.
Those can turn off and on genes. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It can totally change a diagnosis. So good for her.
And I think too, she was saying to me, it may be that what you're going through right now is that you're just supposed to surround yourself with people that, are not negative, crappy people or whatever. And maybe that's what's happening instead of you just being irritable. Maybe it's just your, the I don't give a F kind of attitude that happens to some women when they're older is just maybe that's where I'm at. I don't know. But I don't like being not nice to people. It makes me feel bad when I don't try to come out, with a kind response. I don't like being that person. So I'm just trying to figure out you know, how to make sure I don't do that, because I don't want to be that person, you know. So
And you don't have to be.
No, I don't.
Nope.
Agree. So I'll just be mindful of the fact that
You're not that person, so
Huh?
don't say it. And you're not that person, so don't.
No, I'm not.
Don't say that you are.
No, but I could see it. I can feel it when it comes.
Well, maybe just simply noticing it there and just saying, I've not chosen to do that.
Yeah.
That's interesting, Shelley, but we're not doing that today.
Just so you know, Kimberly, I haven't gone off on any of your clients or caregivers.
Okay.
I've been very kind, even when I didn't want to.
And that's hard sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, I love this. I'm excited about the last couple of episodes we launched. You guys, if you haven't seen the last few episodes we launched about, the EMDR, like we were talking about the therapy, and then also the microcurrent, which I really want to do the microcurrent thing. And I really want my son to do it too, but we'll see if I can convince him.
And then we have rapid transformational therapy coming up too. And
yes,
she kind of hit
next week. We're gonna launch that one next week.
She kind of hit a little bit on EMDR.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
And I also, I think we're gonna do some reactions. I want to do some reactions in the future where we kind of look at different scenarios that are out there, and maybe just short little videos, and maybe we could talk about it. It could be scenarios that are related to trauma, things like that we could talk about, or watching Joe Dispenza or watching.
I was just going to say that he has
Renee Brown or whatever,
so many stories of transformation.
Yeah.
And so maybe we could just pull up a story of transformation, and then we can just kind of discuss it.
Watch it and discuss it. That would be great. I would love to do that.
There's one that just came out that was so good at the San Diego event, and we just did it on our session.
Okay.
And it was a guy who healed himself of pancreatic cancer.
Wow. Let's watch that. that.
And just, I think it would be a really great one to watch, because if when you feel his energy and the decisions that he made before this whole thing happened. And like I was just saying, and that's the reason why I said that, was based on his story, was that he still did the medical stuff. He stayed aligned with his doctors and did what the doctors suggested that he do, but he also did the whole other meditation and did the other non-conventional things in line with it. And so I think it would be a great one to share.
Yes, I agree. Let's do that.
Okay, I'll send it to you.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I look forward to seeing your faces today. You keep me calm, so that's good.
I can feel you've calmed down a little bit. Sometimes you just got to let it out.
Sometimes you just got to get it out.
Yeah.
And we hope you guys
get it out with girlfriends.
Oh, yeah, yes, it is. And, I'm by myself a lot because I live by myself, and, it's the poor cat's the one that gets it the most, he loves me anyway. So that's a good. It's just nice to be able to connect once a week and everything, and be able to connect with everybody out there. We're going to, our goal is to try to spread kindness and love, and hopefully some stuff that'll help you. That's really our goal on this podcast. And so thank you for coming back. Thank you for listening. And we'd love it if you'd share. We'd love it if you comment. If you guys are like, there's something going on with,
or if there's a topic that you guys are interested in. We would love, if there's things that are coming up in your life that you want support on, and we can talk about a topic. Let's do that. We want to bring what you guys.
Estrangement is a topic that a lot of people are interested in. So I would love to be able to have someone on here that is a younger person who maybe is estranged from their loved ones or their parents or whoever, and just kind of try to understand that better. And also, I don't know if you guys, Oprah had done on YouTube. I saw Oprah. She had talked about this, and she had people from all sides of it in her audience. There was it's on her YouTube channel, and I watched that, and I thought it was interesting because it was young people as well as the parents of the kids who aren't talking to them anymore. So it was just very fascinating to me, the different sides of it. And I find it fascinating that people, choose to do that, that they just decide, well, my parents aren't, worth it or whatever. I just find that interesting how you get to that point,
Well, and you don't know, we don't know anyone's experiences.
No.
So you don't know the reason why they cut themselves off. And maybe it was the best choice they could do.
Yeah.
But there's still that, when you still have to cut off people that you really love, there's still that grief and loss.
Yes.
And it's real. It's like, I don't have a relationship with my family, which is a bummer.
It is. And I know a lot of people like that are like that, that are doing that. So I just find it seems like it's more prevalent than it ever used to be.
Yeah.
So the video that Kimberly's video about it on one of our social media channels has got quite a few views because people are obviously interested, and it's younger people that are viewing it. It's not older people, it's younger people. So my guess is either they are cut off from family, or they're thinking about it, or they're interested in it. I don't know what exactly it is, but it's definitely something that people are interested in. So, all right. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. Love you too.
Have a good week, everyone. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.